What's up everyone, it's Bones here. In today's video, we'll be covering the new Masked Hero cards as a follow-up to the Cosmo Neos video, which if you have yet to watch, there will be a link down below for it. This combo will be the first of 4 combos using 5 different cards, E-Call being the 5th. So we'll start here by activating the E-Call, and this will grab ourselves the first new card, the Miracle Ejector. The Miracle Ejector is a level 3 Earth spellcaster that reads, this card is always treated as an elemental hero card. You can send one Neospatian monster from your deck to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one spell trap that mentions an elemental hero monster's card name from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. You can only use each effect of Miracle Ejector once per turn. So one thing I like about this as a retrain is that it actually did keep the effect of the card ejector to banish a card from your opponent's graveyard if it's sent to the graveyard. To continue, we'll start here by activating the Miracle Ejector, and we'll be able to special summon it out by sending our copy of the Aqua Dolphin, which you do play into the Mulcharmy Perilia here. Still, the Miracle Ejector is how things go in this deck, as we're going to get the effect off, get ourselves the copy of the End Shuffle, and now we'll be able to activate the copy of End Shuffle, return the Miracle Ejector to our deck so that we can special summon out the Stratos. Now, from here, we're going to deviate a little bit from our Cosmo Neos version, where we would grab the Vion here immediately, but instead we're going to add a copy of Stratos here, and this gives us the ability to grab our copy of the Masked Hero Fountain. Now this is another new card that's not out yet. Water Monster, level 4 warrior, 1000 attack, 1400 defense, and you can reveal this card in your hand, special summon one hero monster from your hand in defense position. And I can only imagine how many hero players complained about their Stratos being impermed on normal summon and then not being able to do anything else. Masked Hero Fountain is kind of a direct response to that, and if this card is sent to the graveyard to activate an effect, or by card effect, you can set one mass change from your deck or graveyard. You can only use each effect of Masked Hero Fountain once per turn. Now, we're going to continue here by going into our number 60, and this gives us the ability to detach our 2 copies of Stratos so that we can revive one of them, and then get another search off, which will then be able to use the effect of Fountain to special summon what we end up searching, the Vision Hero Vion. Now, we'll use the effect of the Fountain to special summon out the Vion, then use the effect of Vion in order to send ourselves the copy of Shadow Mist. So we're doing a lot of searching. I know that this does play heavily into Droll. About this is that at least you're able to now function as a pretty real deck with a bunch of 1-card combos, the space to play going second cards and so on. But we're going to continue here by grabbing ourselves the copy of the Neos, as we'll then be able to use the effect of the Vion to get ourselves the Polymerization. Now we'll activate the Polymerization, fuse away our Neos and our Stratos to go into the Infernal Rage, use the Infernal Rage in order to get our favorite contact, and now because we use the Neos as fusion material, we can use the effect of the Infernal Rage. We'll then go into our copy of Sunrise. Sunrise will then activate, grabbing us the copy of the Miracle Fusion, and then from here we can go into our Wonder Driver. We'll then activate the Miracle Fusion, which will give us the ability to banish our Neos and our Stratos so that we can go into our Voltic Thunder, and then we can get ourselves back a copy of Poly with the Wonder Driver, and the Voltic Thunder will then be able to tribute itself off so that we can bring back the copy of Stratos. So now we can use Stratos in order to bring out our next new card, and this is the Masked Hero Duskcrow. I know that this one got revealed almost a year ago now. I actually have a video for that also, but it's probably pretty outdated now. If this card is in your hand, you can banish one hero monster from your graveyard. Special summon this card. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Masked Hero monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except Duskcrow. You can only use each effect of Masked Hero Duskcrow once per turn. And I just have to say, I love the art on these 2 new cards, but we're going to continue here by going into our copy of SP Little Knight, and there's a couple different options that you can do here. If you're playing Master Duels, you can also go into Verte and things like that, but we're going to then use the effect of Duskcrow, special summon that out, as we're then going to get its effect in order to search ourselves the copy of Masked Hero Furnace, and I'll just read this over as well. You can reveal this card in your hand, add one mass change or polymerization from your deck to your hand, then discard one card. You cannot special summon from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect except hero monsters. If you special summon a non-fire hero fusion monsters except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your graveyard if it was there when the summon resolved, or hand even if not. but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each effect of Masked Hero Furnace once per turn. So we're going to continue here by activating the copy of Polymerization, and this will give us the ability to fuse away the Fountain and the Furnace so that we can go into Contrast Hero Chaos, giving us access to an Omni negation, and then we'll be able to use the effect of the Furnace as Chainlink 1, the effect of Fountain as Chainlink 2. We'll be able to set the mass change, revive the Furnace, and this gives us the ability to go into an extra link, as we're going to go into our copy of the Extra Hero Dread Decimator, and by extra link I just mean extra link monster. But we're then going to continue here by setting the favorite contact. You also get a draw off of the end shuffle. You can actually do that before setting the favorite contact. I'm just doing it at the end here. I don't have an opponent, but if I did have an opponent, you might want to use the end shuffle first in case you get something that you want to set. But we're going to get a draw here. We'll then pass on to the opponent, and at any point during your opponent's turn, you can use the mass change, tributing off a copy of Duskcrow, getting yourself access to the Dark Law, and then you also have the favorite contact to go into your Shining Wingman so that you can get some destruction effects also, which is really nice considering that you also have the negation off of Hero, then you have the SP Little Knight, and everything is being banned by the Dark Law, as well as everything that you have in hand, the potential draw which can get you into something as well. You can make some pretty crazy boards when all is said and done with this deck. Now, for this second combo, we'll be featuring just Elemental Hero Stratos as a normal summon, and I've seen this combo going around in a couple of places now, and mine is a slightly different variation of that. I'll leave some links down below if you want to go check those others out as well, but we're going to continue here by normal summoning our copy of Stratos. Use the effect of Stratos in order to grab ourselves the copy of Miracle Ejector. From here, we can then special summon the copy of Miracle Ejector by sending away our copy of the Dolphin, as we'll then be able to use the effect of the Ejector to get the end shuffle, and then we can activate the end shuffle to get our copy of Stratos. Now, this is where things start to look really similar to what we did before, because we're going to grab our Fountain again, have the ability to have that extender in case our number 60 does get hit by a hand trap, but from here we'll then be able to use the effect of the number 60, revive a copy of Stratos, use the effect of Stratos, get ourselves the copy of Vision Hero Vion. From here we'll then be able to use the effect of Fountain to special summon out the Vion. We'll then use the effect of Vion. Vion will send the copy of the Shadow Mist, as we'll use the effect of Shadow Mist to grab ourselves the copy of the Elemental Hero Neos, use the effect of Vion to search our copy of Polymerization so that we can fuse away our Neos and our Stratos to go into the Infernal Rage. The Infernal Rage will then proceed to get us a copy of the favorite contact, use the effect of the Infernal Rage in order to summon out the Sunrise. Now we'll use the effect of the Sunrise to get ourselves the copy of Miracle Fusion. We'll then be able to go into our Wonder Driver, activate the copy of Miracle Fusion so that we can go into our copy of Voltic Thunder. We'll then be able to get back our Polymerization with the Wonder Driver. We'll then use the effect of the Thunder to get back our copy of Stratos. We'll then be able to use the effect of Stratos, as this will give us the ability to search ourselves the copy of Duskcrow. From here, we can then go into our copy of the IP Masquerena, and this is where things slightly differ a little bit, as we're going to special summon out the Duskcrow by banishing the Vion, use the effect of the Duskcrow to get ourselves the copy of Fountain. From here, we can then activate our Polymerization. Much like last time, we're going to go into our Contrast Hero, then use the effect of Furnace as Chainlink 1, the Fountain as Chainlink 2, get our Polymerization back as well, as we're then going to go into our copy of SP Little Knight here. And the reason that we're going into SP Little Knight here is because ideally you want to use your SP Little Knight first so that you can banish itself and whatever your opponent has, and then with IP you can also go into the WP. It gives you an extra couple of disruptions, potentially being able to negate a monster effect on field or graveyard, and then you also have that link effect. But we're going to continue here by going and getting the draw off of the end shuffle, as we'll also have the ability to set the copy of favorite contact here. We'll then pass on to our opponent's turn, and again, at any point during their turn, you can go into the Dark Law, use the effect of favorite contact at any point. You'll be able to go into your Wingman like this for those extra disruptions, giving you a pretty sizable board just off of one card. Now, for this next one, I want to show how to do this combo if you do get Vion, as it still is another starter, as we're going to continue here by normal summoning the Vion and using its effect, sending away the copy of the Shadow Mist. Then we can get ourselves the copy of Miracle Ejector. From here, we'll be able to use the effect of Vion to get ourselves the copy of Poly. Then we'll special summon out the copy of Miracle Ejector, sending away the Dolphin, as we'll then go into our End Shuffle, or we'll grab our copy of End Shuffle, and then we can activate the End Shuffle to return our copy of the Card Ejector, or the Miracle Ejector, special summon out our Stratos, use the effect of Stratos in order to grab ourselves the copy of Fountain. From here, we'll then be able to go into our number 60, use the effect of number 60, we'll revive the Stratos this way, as we'll then be able to use the Stratos effect again. This time we'll grab ourselves the copy of Neos, as we're going to activate the copy of Poly, go into our Infernal Rage, use the effect of Infernal Rage. We'll then be able to add ourselves the copy of Favorite Contact, and from here we'll use the Infernal Rage so that we can go into our Sunrise. Use the effect of Sunrise in order to grab ourselves the Miracle Fusion, then we'll use the Miracle Fusion in order to go into our Voltic Thunder, and then we can use the effect of Voltic Thunder to grab back our copy of Stratos in order to get ourselves another search. So from here we'll grab ourselves the copy of another Stratos, and then we'll be able to go into our driver. We'll then use the effect of Masked Hero Fountain to special summon out the copy of Stratos. This will give us the ability to reset the copy of Poly as well as get the Stratos Chainlink 2. Now the Wonder Driver is always going to be Chainlink 1 because it's mandatory, but we can then get ourselves the copy of the Masked Hero Duskcrow here. As you've pretty much seen this before throughout the video, we'll then go into the IP or the SP, whichever line you want to take. We'll then be able to special summon out the Duskcrow, use its effect in order to grab ourselves the copy of the Masked Hero Furnace. From here we'll then be able to activate the copy of Poly, as we'll fuse away our Masked Heroes in order to go into our Contrast Hero. Then we can use the effect of our Fountain as Chainlink 2 and the Furnace as Chainlink 1, set the mask change as we'll also revive the Fountain. And from here we can then go into our copy of SP, or you can go into the Dread Decimator, whichever route you take, get the draw off of End Shuffle, then you can set the Favorite Contact. Again, I'm just doing it whichever order here because I don't have an opponent, but we're going to continue here. At any point during our opponent's turn, you can use the mask change. You'll then be able to go into your Dark Laws, then you can use the Favorite Contact, and then you'll have the ability to go into your Shining Neos Wingman so that you can get those extra pops. Now for this final combo, we have a Hero Lives. It's the one combo out of this whole thing where you actually don't have to use your normal summons, so there probably is more stuff that you can do depending on what your hand is. I'll get more into that during the deck profile so that you can see the options that you have. As we're going to use the Ejector now that we searched off of Stratos, we'll special summon out the Ejector, use its effect to grab ourselves the copy of End Shuffle. Now we have the ability to activate the End Shuffle, return the card Ejector or the Miracle Ejector to deck so that we can get another copy of Stratos. Use the effect of Stratos, and then we can grab ourselves the copy of Fountain again. Always the first thing you want to search, as we're going to go into our number 60. Use the effect of number 60, as we'll be able to revive a copy of Stratos. Stratos will be able to grab ourselves the copy of Vion, and now again we can use the effect of Fountain to special summon out the copy of Vion, and then we can use the Vion on summon in order to send away our copy of Shadow Mist. We'll use the effect of Shadow Mist in order to grab ourselves the copy of Neos. From here we can then use the Vion to banish the Shadow Mist, grab ourselves Polymerization, as we can then activate the Polymerization, use away Neos and Stratos for the 4th time in a row, as we'll go into our Infernal Rage, go into our Favorite Contact, activate the copy of Infernal Rage here to go into our Sunrise. Then we can activate the Sunrise to get the copy of the Miracle Fusion, and from here we can then go into our Wonder Driver, use the effect of Miracle Fusion so that we can then go into our Voltic Thunder, get back the copy of Polymerization, use the effect of the Voltic Thunder so that we can grab back the Stratos, and then use the effect of Stratos in order to grab ourselves the copy of the Dust to our SP or our IP, depending on what you want to do here, as then you can go into your Duskcrow by banishing the Vion, use the effect of the Duskcrow so that you can get yourself the Furnace, activate the copy of Polymerization now that we have the fusion materials in hand, our Contrast. Then we can use the effect of Furnace Chainlink 1, the Masked Hero Fountain Chainlink 2, get ourselves the Mask Change alongside the Furnace on board, as we'll then be able to go into our SP or the Decimator, whichever you choose to go into, and then we'll be able to use the effect of End Shuffle here as we'll grab ourselves the extra draw, and then we can set our copy of the Favorite Contact, and one last time during your opponent's turn at any point that you want to respond, you can use the effect of the Mask Change to get into your Dark Law as well as your Favorite Contact so that you can get into your Neos Wingman and get some destruction on your opponent's turn. So with all of the combos out of the way, we can get onto the deck profile. Between both decks, the Cosmo Neos and the Masked Heroes, the Cosmo Neos is a little bit less prone to things like Nibiru, whereas this version still does make a lot of investments and get hit hard by Nibiru, especially if you don't have that SP Little Knight on board yet. Because we're also playing the Masked Hero stuff and you have the space for the Mask Change, also trimmed down on one of our starters, which in the Neos version I'm playing 2 of Ion, this one only has 1. But still, this is so much better than what Heroes used to have to do, where it was playing 50 cards with a bunch of different engines, and that's not to say that some people still aren't trying that. I have seen some lists that just have 1 Ferris and 1 Increase. Some people are still on the Fusion Destiny. Don't think I would play the Fusion Destiny unless we had something like Verte, just because of that Dark Lock, because it actually does matter a little bit in this deck since we do have things things like the Wonder Driver, as well as even the copy of Atomic, which you might go into sometimes. One glaring thing that you might notice here is the lack of Wake Up Your Elemental Hero. I just don't think that it's worth it. Now that we have a legitimate end one board to end our turn on, then the bigger thing here is the lack of Absolute Zero and Acid. This could come in the Alba Lenatus if you want to take out the Fallen and the Virtuous. I just felt that the Fallen and the Virtuous is such a good card and worth playing. Since we have the space to pretty much vomit our extra deck, try to win on turn one, I figured why not. There are options like if we a Super Poly in a Super Poly format. These two new cards come into play. The Favorite Hero Flame Wingman, which is a level 6, takes 2 monsters with the same type but different attributes. This card is always treated as an elemental hero card. When an attack is declared involving this card and a monster with 2200 or more attack, you can make this card gain 1000 attack. Then you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand in defense position. If a monster was destroyed by battle this turn, quick effect, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. You can only use each effect of Favorite Hero Flame Wingman once per turn. And then this one reads, Favorite Hero Shining Flare Wingman, one fusion monster plus one face-up monster on the field, which is meant to work with the Flame Wingman. And this card is always treated as an elemental hero card. If this card is special summoned from the extra deck, you can shuffle 5 monsters from your deck, then draw 2 cards. And if you do, this card gains 1000 attack. You can only use this effect of Favorite Hero Shining Flare Wingman once per turn. If this card destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. And something I forgot to say in my last video that I had to make an edit for, which I would like to reiterate in this video, I really think it would be cool if they made favorite hero versions of Avion, Burstinatrix, Rayman, Sparkman, and even Bubbleman, so that you can potentially replace this engine here and play some of the anime cards. I know that some people might think that these are just fine, but I just think that for marketing reasons, it would be a really smart choice to do so. And I would also like to talk about the Charmies. Charmies are something that this deck still struggle into. Quite frankly, I think any deck going first that gets hit by a Charmy somewhere where they can't stop it is going to get hurt by it, regardless of how much they can mitigate it. And I would also like to go over the Hero Flash. Fortunately, not a card that can be searched off of the Circle Ejector because it doesn't have the name of an elemental hero monster, but activate one of these effects. If your elemental hero monster attacks a defense position monster this turn, inflict piercing damage. Target cards your opponent controls up to the number of elemental hero monsters you control, destroy them. Add to your hand or special summon one elemental hero monster from your graveyard. Elemental hero monsters can attack directly this turn. A lot of effects there, but again, unfortunately not searchable, and the addition effect is only from the graveyard. And then the other option that you have here is the protection of the elements. I think that this is probably better as a one-of side deck choice for when you know you're going first. With all of that out of the way, I don't have much else to say about the list, so I'm just going to get onto the card by card. One card combos pretty much get you into the same thing all the time, but we have the 2 copies of Stratos, the 1 copy of Vion, the 3 copies of Miracle Ejector, the 3 A Hero Lives, 3 E Emergency Call, the 1 Favorite Contact, the Neos, the 1 copy of Aqua Dolphin, the 1 copy of Shadow Mist, the Furnace, the Duskcrow Fountain, Miracle Fusion, Polymerization, Mass Change, and Shuffle, the 2 copies of Droll, the 1 copy of Bald By, the 1 copy of Crossout, the 1 copy of Talent, the 3 copies of Ash. I like playing all these cards because I just really don't like playing into Charmies. Then we have the Fallen and the Virtuous, the 3 copies of Droplet, the 3 copies of Imperm, and onto the extra deck we have the Abomination for a copy of WP. Then we have the WP, the SP, the IP, the Wonder Driver, the number 60, the Contrast Hero. We then have the Neos Wingman, the copy of Infernal Rage, the Masked Hero Atomic, which is another new card I forgot to read over this, must be special summoned with Mass Change. The first time this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect each turn, it is not destroyed. You can only use each of the following effects of Masked Hero Atomic once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can target one non-fire Masked Hero monster in your graveyard or banishment, special summon it in defense position, ignoring its summoning conditions. In your end phase, you can target one change quick play in your graveyard, set it. Then we have the copy of Sunrise, the copy of Voltic Thunder, copy of Dark Law, which you can play too if you would like to. I just don't think it's necessary, seeing as how much you can do on your turn ones now. But then we have the 2 copies of Alba Lenatus to wrap up the deck profile. Anyways, if you made it this far into the video, I thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. It's Bones, signing out.